Kayleigh, why did the president feel it was important to go walk over there through the park into the church?
It was extremely important. Look, the president wanted to send a very powerful message that we will not be overcome by looting, by rioting, by burning. This is not what defines America. And going and standing by St. John's Church was a very important moment. And I would note that through all of time, we've seen presidents and leaders across the world who have had leadership moments and very powerful symbols that were important for a nation to see at any given time to show a message of resilience and determination. Like Churchill, we saw him inspecting the bombing damage. It sent a powerful message of leadership to the British people. And George W. Bush throwing out the ceremonial first pitch after 9/11. And Jimmy Carter putting on a sweater to encourage energy savings. And George H.W. Bush signing the Americans with Disabilities Act, flanked by 2 disabled Americans. And for this president, it was powerful and important to send a message that the rioters, the looters, the anarchists, they will not prevail, that burning churches are not what America's about. And that moment, holding the Bible up, is something that has been widely hailed by Franklin Graham and others. And it was a very important symbol for the American people to see that we will get through this through unity and through Minnesota as well.
And Kayleigh, back to that incident on Monday, are you saying that all the officers who were at that protest, clearing that largely peaceful protest, were acting appropriately? There were well-documented incidents of one case, one member of law enforcement bashing a camera of an Australian journalist. This isn't about the journalists. This is about the other peaceful protesters there as well. Did every officer in that protest, was that protest cleared in a way that the White House believes was entirely appropriate? So that should be the model for the rest of the country.
I think U.S. Park Services, when having bricks thrown at them and frozen water bottles, had the right to act. They acted with the appropriate level of force to protect themselves and to protect the average citizenry and to protect the peaceful protesters who were among them as well. Kristen.
They were protecting the peaceful protesters by firing various chemical agents and walking through them with batons.
Well, it wasn't tear gas, I would note, and what they used was a way to target those who were being violent. They used the minimal force that they could to ensure that situation was safe, to ensure St. John's Church would not burn a second night in a row, and to ensure that no officers were injured in the manner that I listed off, that several officers have been injured and shot at in the course of these riots. Kristen.
Thank you, Kayleigh. I have a question about the decision-making process before going to the church on Monday night. The president said on Fox Radio this morning that he never told anyone to push the protesters out. The defense secretary, he said something similar. So who at the White House did know, or was this a unilateral decision by the Attorney General?
The Attorney General decided that morning to expand the perimeter, and that was a decision made long before the church discussion was ever under consideration. When the president gives an order, people act. It's not as if he's walked through each and every detail of how a plan goes about. He says, I want to go to the church. He goes to the church, and everyone executes the plan in the order that the president puts into place. So the president is absolutely right in what he said.
So was the plan still for President Trump to walk out there, even if the protesters were still there?
You know, I'm not aware of the determinations that Secret Service had as they arranged for the president to walk out there, but I would just note again that the decision to expand the perimeter was a decision made in the morning by Attorney General Barr.
Okay.